Hello and welcome to the Wiltshire Caravans handover video for the 2021 Buccaneer Commodore. I'm taking around the outside of the caravan first. I always start at the back for these videos. So just have a quick look around. Okay, right, here we are at the back. Right, we've got, as you can see, grab handles on either side. Buccaneer light clusters there for your indicators, brake lights, running lights and fog lights. You also have a high line brake light, and that's the very dark window for the back in the bedroom. Okay, area for your number plate to go. And the good news with these lovely Buccaneers is the self-leveling mechanism, for which there is a separate video that I will let you have. Okay, go around to the side of the caravan. You see nice private windows, very nice. Apologies if you get my reflection in the windows. Okay, first things first, around the side we've got the two waste pipes, waste outlets. These are for the sinks, bathroom and kitchen, and for the shower. Okay, we will supply you with a couple of bits of pipe. They go into the waste master, which is supplied with this vehicle. Next thing we come to is the ever important toilet cartridge area. As you can see, there's no pink fluid area for this. The rinse side of the flushing comes direct from your water supply. So if we just show you these. So how this works, it's the standard Thetford cassette. Lift the handle and bring towards you, and that will come out like so. Now to empty the contents at the waste point, this funnel comes out. Undo the cap, put it somewhere safe, not anywhere that's likely to fall into the waste area. Lift forward and then press on this orange button. This button releases any airlock inside to make sure everything comes out. Okay, now you'll want to rinse out after you've emptied. So slide this back, open this drawer here, and then put the hose pipe in to clean out that. You can see a little float in there. That is the float that will tell you when the cassette is full. When putting back in, close up like so. You will need to use the blue fluid. Inside the cap there is a measuring scale, depending on which blue fluid you use. Have a look on the package to see what dilution you require. Then cap back on, screw it up, and then very simply push it straight back in and clicks into there. And that's the torque. So this particular model has got the all-wheel drive automatic engage power touch evolution motor movers. Again, there'll be a separate video for that. Nice dark alloy wheels. The wheel nuts are set at a torque rating of 130 Newton meters, and we do recommend that you make sure that they're at the correct torque every time you travel. All right, move along to the battery box. So you've got the 110 battery. This model has a 100-watt solar panel, so it constantly trickle charges. This is where your electric hookup goes. Behind there you might be able to see there's also a 12-volt socket and a satellite or an aerial outlet. Here, this is the isolation switch for the motor movers. Here's the key there. As you can see, because of where the electric hookup is, you cannot engage the motor movers while you are connected to the mains. It's a very good safety feature. It means you don't drag the electric lead out of the pole. Okay, moving on. Next we see you've got the external shower area. That's just cold water. so I would suggest just use for boots and for dogs rather than standing outside having a shower. Right, the water system in here to get water into the caravan is the whale pump system. It's very simply, the pump just slides in there, clip that down to you hear that click. This bit then goes into your water carrier, and that's the way that works. Now with that, this van also comes with a direct feed, so if you're on a fully serviced pitch and you have your own tap, there's basically a hose pipe that connects to the tap and goes straight in there, avoiding the need of an aqua roll. Above you'll see there's it's an awning light, in effect, an LED awning light, so at night if you need to change your water over, you'll be able to see that fine. Okay, this caravan has the Alde heating system, and if you're using it on gas, that's the exhaust point for the gas. Okay, round to the front, 2 grab handles again either side. However, this is a weighty beast, so you might struggle to actually move that a great deal. It runs on the Alco chassis. It's got the Alco ATC, which is Alco trailer control. Basically, this has a sensor underneath the chassis, so if the caravan does start to snake at all, the brakes will go on. Not violently, but enough to stabilise. Okay, we're going to go into the gas locker next. It's set up for 2 gas bottles. I've already unlocked one of the locks. Okay, so set up 2 gas bottles available. Inside there we've got this is where your electric cable you can store your electric cable, the water pump, the outside shower point, and the direct feed. Over on the other side at the moment we've got the Alco wheel locks, which come as standard with this model, and the wheel brace. Also here you have a light into the gas locker, so if you need to change a bottle over it in the dark, you can do so. Further around, external barbecue point. Run off your gas bottles. It does state there, quite rightly too, do not use gas barbecue in an awning, because flame and fabric are not best partners. It doesn't go well, so never use a gas barbecue inside the caravan. Here we have a storage locker. And in here you also have an external aerial that can go into either into the awning, or that can go up onto the front of the caravan, and a 230-volt socket which you can run into your awning if you have one. Some information regarding the caravan found on this sticker down the bottom. Yeah, sorry, it is a bit wet out here at the moment. So you can see on this the maximum plated weight on this is 1,957 kilos, tyre pressure of 47 psi, and the wheel bolt torque is 130 newton meters on the alloys, but if you have to change it to a spare, the steel one is 102 newton meters. Okay. Again, we've got awning light, the vents for the microwave, vent for the freezer, and the vent for the fridge. And then finally another storage locker which goes under the bed, and that's also where you've got the internal water tank. Okay. So that's the outside of the caravan. Oh, forgot to mention there's the TV antenna, or TV and radio antenna. Next we shall go inside the van and we'll show you the features inside. Okay, so stepping inside the caravan, straight in front of you is the kitchen area, and to your left is the lounge area. No lights on at the moment, which I'm going to show you how to turn the main power on in a moment. Yeah, lounge, kitchen. On this side you've got the fridge and the microwave. The shower. On the right hand side And the washroom on the left hand side. There's the toilet. So I'll just take the obvious there. As I was saying, when you'll know when the toilet requires emptying, because this light will shine. It will come on. I guarantee that's just before you go to bed. We'll take a more detailed look around in a minute. As a first look around into the bedroom area, nice and spacious. Yeah, let's show you some of the features and how they work. Okay, when you get into the van, on the left hand side, your main, as I say, on the left hand side as you step in, this is where the main controls are. This button here, that's your main power switch. These are the two external lights, so the gas locker and the offside awning light and the awning light on this side. Then you've got the internal lights. So first button is for the spots, and then on the second button that will bring up the mood lighting. It doesn't look particularly bright in here at the moment. That's because it's daylight. However, at night time this would be lit up like Blackpool illuminations. Have some individual lights. All of these have their own individual switches, and there are 4 in the lounge and 2 in the bedroom area. Alright, okay, let's get to the important stuff. So this caravan has the Alde heating, and to turn the power on, literally just press the power button. It will come up with the front screen. Okay, it's showing that we are plugged into the mains, and the current temperature within inside the caravan is 15 degrees. Now to get to the menu, press menu. Now the first, the top icon is for what temperature you would like within the caravan. Apologies, that's my fat fingers. So yeah, the temperature you would like inside the caravan, and it's a touch display, so up and down, whatever temperature you require. To be honest, personally, I think I always think 21 is more than adequate. You can, using the settings button, go into a nighttime setting, so you can set that, this is particularly set at 18 degrees, between 10 at night and 6 in the morning. To turn that on, just press where it says off. When it lights up green, it says on. Go back to the front screen. By pressing the back button, you'll now see there's an A there. That is for activated functions. Click on that and it will tell you the activated function is the night mode. If you want to turn that off, just turn it off there. Okay, so back, and now you see that A is gone, so there's no activated functions on here anymore. The second icon down, the shower symbol, is the hot water system. Now, when it's greyed out and says minus and there's nothing in that triangle, there's no power being used to heat any water in here. To turn that up, press on the plus and it will go half full. That will give you enough hot water for washing up, having a wash in the morning, etc. But when you're going to go and have a shower, and a couple of you are going to have a shower in a row, press plus again and that will give you more power to heating up the water. However, most of the time the halfway point is more than adequate. Underneath that, this is the amount of power you are using for the hot water and the heating system. Okay, now let's just change hands a second. Turn it off. You've got the option of 1 kilowatt. Whilst that will warm things up, it does take its time. It's there, but it's not particularly quick. 2 kilowatts. In the UK, you'll always have that available on sites, and that's more than adequate to heat everything up in fairly quickly. However, you can go to 3 kilowatts, and that gives you maximum power to the hot water and the heating system. With that, at 3 kilowatts, depending on how much power you have available to you at the pole, that might mean that you can then turn the kettle on or the microwave on, and that will trip the electricity system. I'll show you where the fuse box is and the trip switches shortly, but that might do that. So generally 2 would be more than adequate. The system always also runs on gas. So if you're not anywhere near an electric hookup and you want the heating on and the hot water, press the gas icon until it goes green, and that will then set up everything on gas. Now, in the settings, there are an awful lot of settings you can go through, which is why we give you a book so you can look at as many as you like. But that setting there would generally be more than adequate for most families at any time. Okay. Right, whilst we're talking about the water, to run the water pump, we've got no water in that aqua roll at the moment, but to run it, press the power button on there on the water. You'll see that light comes on initially. That's to say that the water pump is ready. Now, I've turned it back off because we've got no water in here, but this is the part that's quite important. You have an internal tank, as I showed you previously, underneath the bed, which can take 40 litres. An aqua roll will take 40 litres, or you can have a direct feed. Now, if you're just using a direct feed, this button in the central position, so the 0 position, that means you are taking water in from the outside source. You can use the internal tank, but to do that you would need to fill it up. Now, to fill up the internal tank, you have to have the water, either a water roll or direct feed on, and you would press external. Now, that external will fill up your internal tank from an external point. Okay, so that's the way, on the 2 lines there, that's the way to fill up your internal tank. Then to use that internal tank, switch it to the top setting, the 1 line setting. That means you will be using your internal tank. It will not automatically switch over once that tank is empty, because you'll hear the pump run, but no water will come through. So, very briefly, the center position means you're getting water from your external source, a water roll or the direct feed. Internal means you're getting your water from your internal tank, but to fill that internal tank, you need to go from an external source. I hope that's clear enough. Then finally, we've got this little icon here, or this little display here. It shows you the amount of electricity available at the moment. Well, we're 13.7 volts. Well, that's not surprising because we're plugged into the electrics. And that 0%, and then you can see a little tank, that means there's no water in the internal tank. If you have water in there, that'll tell you how much is in the tank. But whilst we're talking about the water, I'm going to show you a very important place indeed. Now, underneath the front right sofa, you'll see, if I don't fall over, you'll see a yellow valve, or yellow tap. Now, in the position it's in at the moment, so in the vertical position, that is making sure all the water in the caravan from the water heater, which is there, and from the taps, runs straight out onto the floor. So when you're winterizing or when you're traveling, open that up so you've got no water left in the system. That's not the internal tank, but that's in the water system, as in the taps and the water heater. When you first set up, you need to have that yellow button down in the horizontal position, which will allow water into the caravan. Oh, into the caravan water system rather than just into the caravan. Whilst we're down here, you can also see there's a gas isolator for the heating and water system. So if you are running on gas, that is a separate isolator. If you're using propane, you've always got the valve on the gas bottle itself. However, for safety's sake, if you wanted to turn it all off, you just turn this gas isolator off. Okay. Also under here, and as I spoke about earlier, here's the fuse box and the trip switches. So if you get to a point when you try to turn something on and nothing works, first place to check is there to make sure none of the trips are down or the fuses are okay. They're clearly marked, so that should be fairly easy to follow. Again, all this information is in the book, in the handbook. So that's the heating system. You can always give us a call if you're struggling with something at Wiltshire Caravans on 01373 752 100. We'll be only more than happy to help. Okay, so right, let's carry on with the handover video. Again, on the left hand side of the above the lounge settee cabinet, this shows where the radio is. It's USB compatible and has an auxiliary in. Yeah, a nice sounding system. 2 speakers here in the front in the lounge and 2 above the bed. Okay, you've also got the solar battery panel, antenna. Literally, when you get to a site, if you want to put the TV, if you want a TV in here, undo this, lift this up, and turn it around to the direction everyone else seems to have their antennas in. Then retune your TV to get all the channels you require. Behind there's the booster, and as I said, this works for the TV aerial and for the radio. Okay. And loads of storage space. There's the speakers I was on about. These are just storage cabinets. Let's get to the windows and blinds. Okay, so the windows, I'm not going to open the windows because it's pouring down with rain. Standard handles, and when you open up and you want to keep it open, just use this to tighten up. You have blackout blinds, so that comes straight down for blackout blind. Then go up again and drag down again, and that will give you your fire screens. Now, all of the windows in here are the same scenario, except for this one, because it doesn't open. There's no fly screen, so it's just a blind. That's what you've got there. Okay. Right. At the front, nice drawer space here, loads of room. This handy little item pulls out, and if you lift it up a little bit, that comes into a table. Okay. Now to retract that table, just pull it towards you slightly. It will drop down and then push back in. So there's that. Also, if you're going to have guests in the front here, and you want to make a double bed, this pulls out and it's your bed slats, and then you just adjust your cushions how you see best to do that. Also, we have this long skylight, stargazer skylight. Again, these do have fly screens and blinds at the other end. To open these, there's a little bit of a knack to them. Obviously, open the handles. As you can see, all the water on there. I'm not going to do that at the moment. And then lift. Now, if you lift too vigorously, it'll just go up and straight back down again. If you go fairly gently until you hear a click, that's then the first position, that will stay open there. You can go up once more, it's about 2 or 3 inches I suppose, then we'll hear another click. That's fine, and that will stay where it is. And then to release it all, just push straight up as high as it could go, and then let it go back down, and it will drop back into place. But there is a bit of a knack, and it does take a bit of patience first couple of times. So just be aware. Right, kitchen area. Okay, nice sized kitchen area, obviously, as you can imagine, in the Buccaneer. We've got some lights here for the kitchen. Also, these lights, you've got a light here underneath the bit of mood lighting. You also have a light which is down at the front of the caravan, as you walk in, just you know, it's a nice guiding light, so to speak. But kitchen cabinets, lots of storage in there for food, wine, whatever floats your boat, and drawer space, plenty of it. This one's got the cutlery drawer on it, so literally just click these, lift these up, pull out. They do soft closing as well. Sink, nice mixer tap, very attractive mixer tap. You have a draining board, an extra bit of board there, and then a large sink. Good luck to everyone for the washing up. Sure, no one will thank me for that, but there you go. Then we have the Thetford cooker. So we have, lift the top up, the glass top. We have one electric hob and 3 gas burners, with a full-size grill and an oven. Now the grill pan will work as a 3rd tray should you require 3 trays in the oven, but that's entirely up to you. I say obviously, but please do not put the glass top down when the hob is still hot, and likewise the glass top has to be fully up before the gas burners will work. I'm not going to teach you how to use a cooker, especially with my culinary skills. Right, underneath the cooker, we've got a gas isolation valve there, and also an isolator switch, electric switch for the electric hob. Okay, above this area, cupboard space. There's the glass plate for the microwave. Space for your plates and cups. Again, these are soft close, but you will need to push them shut to make sure they are completely closed. Over the other side, microwave. It's an 800-watt microwave. Not a bad size, to be honest, more than adequate for inside a caravan. There is an isolator switch for it, so if you need to turn it off at the mains, that's up there. Then the fridge. Okay, large fridge freezer by the Dometic fridge freezer. To turn the power on, press that button there. It's currently set up for to work on electric. It can run on gas. Press the gas icon. It's beeping because the we don't have any gas connected at the moment. And also there's this icon here, the battery. Let's just turn that on. If you are traveling a distance, as long as the fridge and freezer are already cold, if you do that, and if you have the 13-pin plug on your tow bar, or socket on the tow bar, that will maintain the temperature of the fridge. It won't cool it down from the start, but it will maintain the temperature. So if you are going on a long journey and you've got lots of food that you already want to keep cool, that's the way to do it. But it does need to be cold first. And whilst we're talking about the temperature, to change the temperature, press on the thermometer, 1, 2, 3 or 4. I recommend 4 because sometimes 5 can freeze anything you might have in the fridge itself. Inside the fridge, nice lovely sized fridge and freezer compartment, plenty of ice for your gin and tonics in there. However, you can take this freezer compartment out if you just want to have a fridge and a no freezer facility. When you close it, make sure it's closed. It will beep at you if the door's not closed completely. It'll take a couple of minutes, but then it will start beeping at you. Okay, that's the main living area so far. I'll show you the air conditioning, but towards the end. Okay, so more cupboard space next to the microwave area. Also have a freestanding table in here. As you can see, the soft close. And then the shower. Shower's got a rail, towel rail, nice size shower, and surprisingly powerful. They are very good showers. The shower screen itself has a clip at the top. For when you're traveling, that must be clipped in. Obviously when you're not traveling, pull this out and this closes to stop any water coming through into the van itself. Already had a quick view of the washroom. So you've got the sink, mixer tap again, large mirror. I shan't scare you by putting my visage in there. This towel rail does get hot. It's part of the Alde heating system. If at any stage it's not feeling too hot, it might be hot at the bottom and not so hot at the top, just needs bleeding like a standard radiator. Okay. Toilet again, swivels round. When you've done what you need to do and you've pressed your little blue flush or rinse, what you need to do then is empty by pushing the slider underneath the seat out, then back in again to close it. Make sure you do close it, because if you try to take the cartridge out or the cassette out whilst that is open, well, you won't be able to, or if you do, you'll probably break something. Okay. Right, the washroom door doubles up as a door separator from the lounge to the bathroom area, bedroom area, sorry. So in effect, you've got yourself a little ensuite. Okay. However, if you do have guests and they might want to use the toilet as well, you can separate the bedroom from the bathroom side with this sliding door. So in effect, you've now sealed yourself in. Word to the wise, when travelling, the strap must be attached, otherwise this door will fly in and around. Okay, light switches for the washroom and the shower room. Inside the bedroom then, you've got space for TV, a socket for the TV antenna, light switch. Nice little wardrobe that lights up as you open up. Lovely little space for your cup of tea in the morning, if someone's good enough to make it for you. Lots of cupboard, drawer space, 3 drawers down there. Same on the other side. Cupboard space above the bed. Light switch there. Individual lights. Go to the other side. The wardrobe. There's the Alde heating reservoir or header tank. You never need to worry too much about that. I'm going to sort everything out when it comes in for service. Roof light. Couple of USB points and an electric socket in here as well. Basically just a fabulous van. And internally, that's not far from it, except for the air conditioning unit. Okay, the air conditioning unit is run with this remote control. Press the power on. That's what I've set it to, 16 degrees. Takes a little bit of time for the signal to get through, and then starts blowing nice and cool now. Various different modes. You can turn the fan levels up with this button here. So if you wanted to really pound it out, it'll go there. And then to turn it off, like I say, it takes a little while to come off, but it will do so. And that's already blowing lovely and cold, which you doesn't need to stop that. Yeah. So turning off the air conditioning unit. Press the blue button, and you'll see on the thing displayed there, when it flashes 3 times, that will turn off the unit. Okay, if you just press the blue button once, tap it once, it'll just turn off the remote control. To turn on the system and turn off the system properly, you need to keep that button pressed right down. Okay, but as I said, it's all in the manual. And again, if you get any problems, just give us a call. Okay, so thanks very much for watching. Last thing, I suppose, there's the door, and on the right hand side of the door there's a couple of sockets for TV point there as well. Okay, thanks very much.